Gabriel René, founder and CEO of VERS AI, and international best-selling author of The Spatial Web, How Web 3.0 Will Connect Humans, Machines, and AI to Transform the World. It's a pleasure to have you on today, Gabriel. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm excited to be talking about the company. We've heard a lot about VERS. Can you start by giving us a quick introduction to the company, telling us a bit more about what the company does, what you're looking to achieve?
Yeah, VERS is a next generation AI company, which is a bit odd because most people are just learning about AI for the first time in the last 6 months here. We're really building a platform called Cosm that's like an operating system that lets you generate your own artificial intelligence that can operate on your data, either your businesses or your personal data, essentially a platform for developing AI-powered personal agents and AI-powered applications.
That's quite unique. So the company recently published breakthrough research on explainable artificial intelligence, or XAI. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, the number one problem in the AI space is that the way that AI is classically made is using what's called big data, which means it takes lots and lots of examples, millions or billions of examples of data from the public web. And this is how ChatGPT and others have been able to learn. Now, when they train these things in the lab, they learn on that training data. Later, when you're asking a question for this system, or if you're building a solution on top of, let's say, Google or Microsoft's or OpenAI's artificial intelligence solutions, the way that they arrive at decisions is unclear to even the creators. So essentially, it's a giant black box, maybe the largest black box that's ever been built. And so whereas it might have really confident answers, it turns out that these answers are often wrong, that they lie, that they fabricate stuff, they cite, scientific documents that don't exist, they mention books from authors that are incorrect. They're just sort of a giant statistical model. So it'll kind of just invent an answer sometimes, and you don't really know when it's true and when it's not. The problem that's emerging with explainability is that you've got the AI Act coming out of the EU and similar ones coming out of the US and Australia that are starting to spin up because people are quite concerned that these systems, because they crawl the public web, have inherent biases, right? Like some of the best of humanity is, published on the web, but some of our worst ideas and our inherent biases are also in there. So if you're Equifax and you're building an AI-powered, credit approval system on top of Google or Microsoft or OpenAI, and it yields an output that suggests that someone didn't get a loan or didn't get a job or didn't get credit or anything like that, they're going to be able to go to the regulators and say, hey, I'd like an explanation. Why was I turned down for this loan, this job, this, et cetera? And then the problem is you go to Equifax and say, I'd like an explanation. They go, I don't know, I'm running on Microsoft. They go to Microsoft, say, I'd like an explanation. They go, well, we don't know how this thing works. So what VERS has done is we're really the only company in the world that's been able to develop a new approach to artificial intelligence that has this explicit method of modeling information that's completely human interpretable. And so we just recently published a paper that outlined the science behind our approach, which we'll also be we'll be showcasing at a conference in Europe next month as well. And this has suddenly become the most critical thing because we all want to scale the power of artificial intelligence, but we really need them to ensure that the inherent issues around their explainability and their bias or misinformation are things that we can control and manage or even just explain.
So when it comes to 2023, what are you most excited about for the year ahead? What should we be looking out for?
Well, we've entered an AI arms race, and as I've just sort of indicated, the competition is way out front, but it's only been 6 months. So there hasn't even been a year in the kind of the modern wave of AI here. And so what's very exciting to us is that we're going to be rolling out our enterprise product on our Cosm platform, as well as the sort of personalized agent capabilities later this year that are going to have this sort of ability to be explainable, which makes them wildly useful. It means that developers can build new solutions on this and have some trust around what the outputs will be. In addition, our AIs are able to learn in real time. They're dynamic, not sort of static. They don't just learn on the data they were trained on, they can learn on new data, new information. And so being able to kind of leapfrog the competition in terms of capabilities and go from telling, which we've been doing a lot of telling, and it's garnered quite a bit of interest. We'd like to be able to start to show, and more importantly, give people the ability to tune these solutions to their own needs and really start to deliver more scalable value for customers.
That's a very exciting time in your business. So I look forward to watching that. Has inflation and high interest rates affected your business? And what is Versus doing right now to stay ahead in this market? Because for some companies, as we know, it's a very difficult time still.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the advantages of being a software company, is that I would say no, it hasn't largely affected us. We're not buying products. We're not shipping things around the planet. The lack of the physicality of manufacturing, production, distribution doesn't apply in this sort of digital domain. And so with that being said, that does open up opportunities to everyone that is being affected by that are looking for ways to optimize or increase productivity or automation, which AI is quite suitable for. So even when the markets are not doing well, or when economic sort of climate is less favorable, AI-powered solutions like the ones that we've been developing for the last several years here, including the ones where we've had great traction in the supply chain space, where we currently have big customers and revenue. Even in the midst of COVID, where the whole world was kind of freezing up, we all saw how the supply chain also froze up, and so this has actually turned into opportunity for the business.
It's a great spot to be in. So as we know, the AI industry is currently red hot. Where do you see this sector going, and which segment of the market do you feel is most important right now? And also, how does Versus plan to capitalize on this opportunity?
That's a great sort of series of questions. So I guess, where's it going? It's going to where everyone is going to have their own artificial intelligence solution, just like everyone has a smartphone. It's going to a world of personalized computing as opposed to just personal computing. Like today, all of us have to, remember which app does what thing and look and hunt and peck and search for it. We have to remember which browser tab we were on 2 minutes ago and got 100 browser tabs open. We have a new problem where all these AIs are essentially single purpose kind of silos, much like the apps and websites of the past. And so big businesses say, like, I want to use more than one AI solution. Well, Cosm is designed to integrate all of these different data sources, whether it's apps or APIs or websites or even other AI solutions, and allow an agent, which now kind of becomes the main orchestrator in your life, to be the thing that's interacting with technology on your behalf, that understands your needs, your wants, your preferences, and essentially tuning these various solutions to be suitable for your business or your personal life. And I think that this enables a world where instead of apps, these types of agents and AI-powered solutions get generated even by people without any programming skills, as well as other genuine developers and businesses. So you're going to have AI tutors for every child that's going to learn what their strengths and weaknesses are, right? Every CEO's going to have an assistant, but also like junior people are going to be able to have assistants. Your director of marketing is going to have a virtual assistant that's going to help them optimize. You can imagine the productivity gains that start to happen when knowledge workers are able to accelerate. What about scientists and engineers and even lawmakers? The ability to kind of have the horsepower of technology with the underlying goals of humanity, I think is a really large opportunity. And I see this akin to the shift from the agricultural age to the industrial age, right? We made machines that could offload our physical labor, and it transformed our economy, and it transformed our world. We're going to do the same thing with mental labor now. That whole process of searching and summarizing and decision making, now we have sort of an augmentation for that I think is going to enhance every category of the across every industry. And so this is quite exciting and something that we're looking forward to emerging over the course of the decade and positioning ourselves as the sort of underlying platform upon which these solutions are built and run.
It's a very exciting time we are in right now, Gabriel. So it's been a pleasure to get to know you and learn a bit about the company. Where's the best place for investors to find out more information? Where should they go?
Just come to our website, Versus.ai. All the latest news and press releases and updates are constantly flowing through that resource. And even from there, you can access all our various socials if you prefer, another channel.
Great. Well, best of luck. I look forward to following the company, and hopefully we can have you back on for some more updates. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Aaron. Great to be here. See you next time.